would like to basically express my sincere gratitude about Madras School of Social Work, organizing committee, respected Dean Ma'am, Dr. Subhashini Ma'am, Head of the Department, Dr. Shubhashri Ma'am, Professor Ashwini, Professor Deepak, accommodation part, Dr. Krishnan, and all the volunteers, those who are doing very great job. Means your coordination is very good, outstanding, and you are pushing each other very nicely. That approach is very good. Keep it up, and organizing committee is very good. Organize all the sessions on time and finished on time. That is the big deal in the international conference, otherwise national and every conference. That is you maintain very well, and do it, keep it up. Again, forward we are looking to come here, and such a nice hospitality, everything you are provided very well. So thank you so much once again, and do it.
Present here. It's my privilege to introduce the chief guest of the day. Former Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Madan Mohan Goyal, is known as a founder of Neonomic School of Thought and is superannuated Professor of Kurukshetra University. He has 44 years of teaching and 17 years of administrative experience, including Vice Chancellor, Starex University, Gurugram, Jagannath University, Jaipur, Director cum Vice Chancellor, Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Rural Development, Dean of Colleges and Social Sciences, Chairperson, Department of Economics and Journalism, Kurukshetra University. He also worked as advisor for 6th State Finance Commission, Haryana. He is a researcher, guide, orator, prolific writer and experienced in educational governance in universities and the center, state and private sectors. He is a recipient of 2 gold medals for his first class in MPhil Economics and PhD JMC. Dr. Goyal has international recognition. He was the first ICCR chair professor in South Korea in Hangtech, University of Foreign Studies, Seoul. He is bestowed upon honor of Ambassador for Peace by the Universal Peace Federation. Adjunct professor in the School of Indic Studies, Institute of Advanced Sciences, USA. Dr. Goyal conferred Rotary Foundation Award for International Understanding in 1983, which provided him with opportunity to be India's representative in USA, UK and Canada. He has also been in South Korea, Sri Lanka, Australia, Norway, Malaysia, Indonesia and Nepal. He is honored with Global Leader in Higher Education Award 2021 by AKS Education. At the National Front, Professor Goyal was honored in 2018 with Dr. S. Radhakrishnan Educational Excellence Award by the Indian Institute of Oriental Heritage, Kolkata. NAC Bangalore has also utilized the services of Dr. Goyal. He was a member of Board of Governance, Nehru Yuva Kendra Sangathan and National Service Schemes, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. He is a member of Board of Governance of Academy of Grassroots Studies and Research of India from 2021 onwards. One of the distinct honors of professor involved is research can give his publication of the book Economics, a Research Journey with Professor M.M. Goyal, edited by Dr. Pradeep Chauhan and published by VK Global Publication. His area of research is Economics of Human Resource Development and Indian Economy. He has 478 publications, including 5 books, 1 monograph, 120 journal research papers, 38 chapters in edited books, 60 conference proceedings, and 254 print media articles to his credit. He has successfully guided 25 PhD and 25 MPhil scholars. He has completed 2 research projects. He has established his credentials in economic journalism and developmental communication. So he has drafted the intellectual property rights policy of KUK as nodal officer of IPR cell. He enjoys the status of spiritual citizen on www.speakingtree with 231 blogs. Thank you very much for giving this.
Honorable Treasurer Mr. John, Dr. Raja Samuel, Principal, Dr. Subhashini, Dean, Dr. Subhashiri, HOD, Dr. Masati, my friend, Facebook friends, Dr. Prashla, Dr. Suresh, fraternity of teachers and dear students. I have come from Kurukshetra. Do you know something about Kurukshetra? Kurukshetra is known for what? Please don't remember Kurukshetra for Mahabharata. Remember Kurukshetra as a place to be the first ever university on the planet. I repeat, remember Kurukshetra as a place to be the first ever university on the planet, because the objective of a university is to get knowledge, and the best possible knowledge has been delivered by Lord Krishna himself in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Let me tell you, Bhagavad Gita is a ism neutral, religion free treatise on management, relationship management and welfare economics. I have a copy. Any volunteer would like to take a copy? Yeah, welcome. You can have a photograph.
Sir, I want
one. The message of Gita was delivered by Lord Krishna in Kurukshetra. And when Mahabharata was over, Lord Krishna and Pandavas shifted to Delhi in Indraprastha. They were in a celebration mode, enjoying, eating together, dancing together. After a few days, Lord Krishna told Arjun, I want to go to Dwarka. Arjun said, you can go to Dwarka, but kindly deliver me the message of Gita again. Lord Krishna laughed. It is not an action replay which can be done again and again, but if you want, I can give you some message. And that message is called Anu Gita. Have you heard of it?
No.
Anu Gita is not a message of salvation, liberation, which is being talked about in Gita. Lord Krishna himself told to Arjuna that one can get liberation after death, and after death nobody knows where we will go. A person like Dr. Raja Samuel, Dr. John, Dr. Subhashini, Dr. Pishla, Dr. Sathi, who are doing good deeds during their lifetime, need not to worry after that. And that is called Jivan Mukti. Social work is a profession, a vocation only for doing good deeds for others. They don't need a certificate, and that gives them wonderful sleep. They need not to bother after death. Regarding the social work, the conference, the Madras School of Social Work, I place on record appreciation for this international conference, which was conveyed by that how many research papers you have done it. But ultimately, to move on the ladder of success in social work with morality, opulence, victory and empowerment. MOVE. Morality, opulence, victory and empowerment. Believe that Krishna as God is with you, and Arjun as your own soul is with you. And that is the message of Gita. If you put it in Google search engine and write down Ek Shloki Gita, you will get last shloka of Gita. There are 700 shlokas in 80 chapters. In Anu Gita they are double. But in Gita, the last chapter shloka is Yatra Vaisha Kishno, Yatra Parthur Dhanardhar, Tatra Sri Vijyo, Bhutarta Nitarmutar Bam. meaning thereby to move on the ladder of success in any walk of life, social work, medicine, with morality, opulence, victory and empowerment. Believe that Krishna as God and Arjuna as your own soul is with you. And here I must draw attention of a participant from University of Madras talking of yoga. If I ask you what is yoga in Gita, yoga in Gita means summation. Summation. Summation of what? 1 plus 1 equal to 1. That is called spiritual mathematics. One soul added to God becomes one. All in one, one in all, that is yoga. Whatever yoga you have been talking of, that is not yoga. Ramdev is basically misinterpreting that. Anyway, without wasting time, let me come to the topic of the conference, that is the mental health. I have done something. We have to understanding, analyzing and interpreting the mental health as a necessary and sufficient condition for positive sense of well-being for all, including women, including youth, all kind of stakeholders, including consumers, producers, distributors and traders. That calls for this extent. To protect health from mental illness, we need to understand, analyze and interpret the psychological, socio-economic and behavioral factors and change the looks, actions and words to make it law of the land and youth quake with neonomics, which is practically coming from LIC logo. LIC logo talks of Yogam Kshemam Mahamyam. If you talk to a LIC person, they'll say, your welfare is our responsibility. But if you look towards Bhagavad Gita, you will find in Shloka number 22 of chapter 9, where Lord Krishna says, Anyanya Chintanto Mayojana Priyupaste Tesham Nitya Yuktanam Yogam Kshemam. Lord Krishna says, if you believe me completely, absolutely and wholeheartedly, whatever you need, create a need, I will fulfill that. Whatever you have, that I will take care of. And I have brought the concept of needonomics out of that. Economics of needs, no to greed. It means you have to go for needo consumption, needo saving, needo investment, needo production, needo distribution, needo trade, needo empowerment. All kind of things can take place by taking care of this. The caregivers for poor mental health needs to do acting, if not actually with empathy. Let me tell you, no sympathy. There is a difference between empathy and sympathy. Imbibe the lessons from Gita-based neonomics and keep a check on greed. To emphasize on positive dimension of mental health, let me quote the definition of health by World Health Organization. Health is state of complete physical, mental and social well-being and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. For inclusion and retention of mentally ill person in the family, community and society, we have to stop discrimination against them. Think out of the box solutions, needonomics, confining to needs, needo consumption, are making people careful and useful who are otherwise careless and useless. The challenge for inclusive growth in India. Without mincing words, let me tell you, many of us are careless, many of us are useless. We have to make them careful and useful to achieve the objective of inclusive growth. Address illness and behavior of all the stakeholders, including consumers, producers, distributors and traders, for inclusive growth in India. Above all, we need to become street smart. All of you are possessing smartphones. You know about smart cities, but how to become street smart, to take care of all the dimensions of health, physical, mental and spiritual. For that, we need to understand how to become street smart. Street smart is a person who understands the environment around. Today, I know that you are exhausted with PPTs. Krishna was telling to me that how you will make a PPT presentation. I have only very few PPTs. Let me show them. Hopefully I am not boring you. You are enjoying it. We have to become smart in the sense that we have to become transparent. Google Baba has given you artificial intelligence. You are being watched. You just put once on YouTube that what you want to see, and artificial intelligence will give you all YouTube things. Meaning thereby, uses are fine, but misuses are there. Crimes are taking place. Cyber crimes in all dimensions are taking place. To get rid of them, be alert, aware and awake with debate. Responsiveness is required to take care of the things. We delay things like anything. For becoming responsive, we have to learn something from best practices adopted around the world. I am wearing a flag here. You know this country? Let me give a clue. The country celebrates Independence Day with us on 15th of August. South Korea, yes. South Korea is a beautiful country. When you go there in Seoul, every cab will be Seoul is the soul of Asia. But they don't understand what Seoul is. At the same time, they have a beautiful culture called Pali Pali culture. Pali Pali culture means hurry up and be quick. We delay things in our country like anything. I am happy to put on record that you have managed this 3-day conference business very well on time. Although this is a little bit delayed, this valedictory function. So responsiveness is required. Certain things can be done in 24 hours, certain things can be done in 7 days, maximum 1 month. I don't know about University of Madras declaring the result on time or not. We have miserably failed in declaring our results on time in Kurukshetra University. So, after the examination of a semester, within a week results should be declared. That kind of responsiveness is required. And in a class, I am getting a feedback now whether I am acceptable to the fraternity of teachers and students today. I am happy that I am maintaining eye contact with all the audience sitting here today. Meaning hereby, I am getting response. Action-oriented approach is needed in my beloved country. Whether you talk of mental health, whether you talk of physical health, whether you talk of financial health. I am sorry to say, in my beloved country, we have a financial year starting on April 1st, which is a Fool's Day. And we celebrate 31st March as a ritual day. On that day, we waste our resources like anything. 31st March has become a ritual day. Most of the offices are open till 12 o'clock, just wasting the resources. Our targeted oriented approach of wasting the resources are taking place. Heaven is not going to fall. You are not able to use the money on 31st March. Why not to become action oriented and result oriented? Morality is the name of game, ethics. Without ethics, education is nothing. So we have to go in for ethics. Last but not the least, Mahatma Gandhi has been talking of simple living and high thinking. But I always say, simple living and no thinking. No thinking does not mean that we should not think. We should think of those things which are in our control, and we should not think of those things which are not in our control. And that is the message of my Guru also, Gita. Out of that I have come out this model. Gone are the days when we were talking of IQ. IQ is being possessed by your smartphone. We have to think of increasing our emotional quotient. We have to adopt love and self-attitude. We have to adopt health culture. Health is wealth. Whether you talk of mental health, whether you talk of physical health, or you talk of spiritual health. Here I am reminded to tell you, the COVID era, when we were having lockdown and you have a WHO health protocol. You know very well, we were told that physical distancing, social distancing we talked about, that didn't allow to go in for hugging, it didn't allow to go for shaking hands. But let me honestly tell you, it has internationalized India. That is, Namaste and Namaskar today is acceptable around the world. That is the sense of satisfaction from that COVID era. Mental level development, yes. You are talking of mental health today. Let me take you to the freedom struggle. There was one Sikh gentleman, Bhagat Singh. You know, when he was a student of BA Part 1, he was the hero of freedom struggle hero, and people used to call him mental. Pagal. At that time, he used to recite a couplet. इन्हीं बिगड़े दिमागों में घने खुशबू के लच्छे हैं, हमें पागल ही रहने दो, हम पागल ही अच्छे हैं. See the level, mental level. Can we go to that level? That is the youth weight we need today. Then only we can become street smart. And then only we can become simple. I have an intuition as an economist, as an economist, that India is going to emerge as a world leader. Although we talk of Swarnim Bharat in 2047, and we are looking to become $40 trillion economy. But honestly speaking, it is not because of that so-called materialism, but it is because of spirituality that we are going to emerge as a Wish Guru, the world leader, because the rate of progress in spirituality is faster than the rate of progress in materialism. So ultimately, spiritual quotient is better than emotional quotient also. It is related with your soul. It is related with your yoga. That is 1 plus 1 equal to 1. If you learn the spiritual mathematics, nobody can basically leave you to simply living at the mercy of God. You will become God yourself. That is 1 plus 1 equal to 1. Meaning thereby, to go in for mental health, spiritual health or physical health, you need to become street smart and simple. Lastly, the love and concern. Krishna ji and her team in Madras School of Social Work has shown the love and concern for me. It can neither be dimmed by the dust of time, nor it can fall into the limbo of oblivion. It will be perpetually blooming in the garden of our memories like flowers cleaned by dew. It will be preserved in the album of our heart. I can only say, long, long be my heart with such memories filled, like a vase in which roses have been distilled. You may break, you may shatter the vase, it will, but the scent of roses will hang around still, and so of our memories. Thank you very much.